So it's time to start building a world for our player to explore. To do that, we need some blocks. So I'm going to go scene, new scene, then I'm going to click on the plus here. And this time I want a static body. So I type that into the search bar and I get here static body 2D. And I'm going to change the name by double clicking to block. A static body is exactly what it says. It's a body that's in the game. We can interact with it. We can bump into it. We can walk on top of it, but it doesn't move. We just place it and it stays where it is. So it's perfect for our blocks. So we've got a block. And like before, we need to have a sprite. Sprite 2D as a child of the block. Yes. Click back on block. And we've got the warning here because we need a collision shape too. Otherwise, we won't be able to bump into it or walk on it. So click plus, collision shape 2D. Looking good. Let's do the sprite first. For the sprite, we need to go into art. So assets, art. This time we want the PNGs and blocks. And I'm just going to have block 0. Move it over to where it says texture, exactly the same as when we did the player. And there is our block. Okay, but it's no good to us yet because it doesn't have a collision shape. So click on collision shape. And we need a shape. So click on it. And we need a new rectangle shape. And there it is. So we know the block is 64 by 64, or at least if you've done the art section, you know that. So for X, we want 64. And for Y, we want 64. And there's our block done. So I'm going to go Command S to save. And I'm going to save it. Well, I've recently been in my world folder, so let's just go do this properly, just in case you haven't. Here are our folders that we created earlier. So I just go into world and I click save and it saves it as block. Okay, so now we just need to create some more blocks because we've got 3 blocks, or because we've got 3 block sprites in all. So I can save myself a bit of work here. What I'm going to do is go to scene, new inherited scene, and it asks me what I want to inherit from, open base scene. So I want to inherit from that. So it's already made me like a duplicated scene with all of the attributes of this block, but it's a completely different scene. And all I want to do is go into sprite, go back to my PNGs, go to blocks, and this time use block 1 as my texture. Okay, so now I've got a slightly different looking block. That's my first block. That's my second block. I'm going to double click, call it block 1, and I'm going to save it. So I'll click off it, save it. Save it in world, so block 1, save. Okay, so that was hopefully a straightforward process. If you understood what I've done, maybe try creating block 2 yourself and see how it goes. Otherwise, I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to close down block 1. Scene, new inherited scene. What do I want to inherit from? Open base scene. So I want to inherit from block again. Open. So it's created me a duplicate scene. Change the name to block 2 and change the sprite. So I click on sprite, go into my PNGs, blocks. This time I want block 2. Move it into there. Command S to save. I'm saving it in world. And I just click save. So now I have 3 blocks with which to build my world. So in the next section, let's start building our world.